As I approach my 40th birthday, I have engaged in a lot of self-reflection, which has allowed me to learn so many new things about myself and remember things I had once forgotten. I am a husband to my wife Bianca, a father and bonus dad in a blended family of 8, a 19-year broadcast media professional, an entrepreneur, but most importantly, a man of faith. This journey hasn't always been pleasant, but it has helped me recognize some positives and negatives about myself that have assisted in me becoming the man I am today. I wanted to share with you some of my successes, failures, triumphs, and challenges, some happy memories, unfortunate events, as well as some funny moments in a series I call 40 Days Until 40. Welcome back, everybody. This is Dwight Cannon Jr. here again with another episode of 40 Days Until 40. I'm your host. We are here in my basement / office / studio recording another episode of this podcast video series for my liking because I want to. It's entertaining for me and it's an opportunity for me to connect with you guys, but also tell a little bit about myself and let you see a side of me that not a lot of people get to see. Today's going to be a good show. I'm excited about it. I have special guests, and I'll reveal them to you shortly. But as you know, every episode, I have to display to you my gift of the day, which was brought to you by my wife. The 40 Days Until 40 video series wasn't planned. It was a last minute thing. But I figured it would be fun. That's a way to document my journey to getting older and a easier way for me to accept my age, because in my heart I'm still 16, but in my eyes, my crow's eyes, I'm almost 40. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get to it. The gift of the day, if I could talk, was brought to me by my wife. She has a tag board of 40 envelopes that have 40 scriptures with 40 prayers. And then along with those 40 things, she got me 40 gifts to go along with that as well. So each day I get to pick a number because they're all numbered 1 to 40. And they have special surprises. So today we have number 8. And as I said, each gift has a card. So on this card, the title and theme is strength. It is the scripture Psalms 28:7. The prayer says, Dwight, I pray that the Lord will be your strength and shield, and that you would trust in Him with all your heart. Thank you, baby, for that. And let's open up the gift. What could it be? What could it be? Sorry if that's loud in the microphone. I apologize. It looks like it's a book. A book. Never Split the Difference, Negotiating as if your life depended on it, by Chris Voss. I put this on my list of things that I wanted. So if you ever get a chance to read this, it's a phenomenal read. Chris Voss is a very dope guy with a lot of information that will benefit you in business, your regular, ordinary life, but your communication skills will skyrocket because your knowledge of how to deal with situations and people is great. Thank you for that, Miss Bianca Cannon, which is still weird to say, but yes, that is my wife. Anywho, we're going to get to the topic of today, which is not really a topic. It's just more so an invitation. An invitation to 2 of my favorite people in the entire universe. You guys can unmute yourself now. I'm so happy and proud of them. These young women have been with me my entire life. Well, I've been with them their entire life. Without further ado, let me get my sisters in here off the Zooms. Hello, friends.
Hello.
Say something, Reese. Pop up there.
Make the noise, y'all.
Let me see if I can put you both up here at the same time. We'll throw you in the galley. Oh my God, I'm showing all my secrets. No. Speaker. Anywho, I just wanted to have you guys on to have a talk about our sibling relationship. How awesome it is now and what it was back in the day. I have no notes for this. We're just gonna freestyle.
Okay.
Wow. Ha!
You want to start, Reese?
I'll start since I'm the host of this shindig, because I know you guys would go off the rails. So what was it like being my sisters, having me as a brother? Be nice.
Scary.
It was scary.
Scary?
Very scary. Oh, Shani, you want to go?
It's fine.
You were very mean to us growing up.
He was big brother. He was big brother me.
You took that role very seriously. I feel like you just had this weight of wanting to make sure that we were cared for, protected, especially, you know, just because of life circumstances that happened. And I think that really boosted that for you.
Yes.
Just the way, you know, growing up in a household where both parents have to work really hard, you know, so I feel like you had to, in your mind, pick up the slack, you know, where they couldn't. And I think that also made you kind of frustrated inside as well because of the role of being the oldest sibling and, you know, trying to split your time with growing and being young yourself and wanting to be with your friends, but knowing you also have the responsibility of two foolish little girls as your sisters. You know, and so I think sometimes some of your frustration displaced out onto us from whatever you had going on. But you were also just a brother in this pure sense of what a brother is. I don't think anybody that has an older brother has not experienced some of the things that we went through.
Yeah.
It wasn't that
I think it was... I think I have to speak a little differently because I was the baby. And so like that age gap that me and Shani had, like it's not a big gap, but it was big enough for people to see me as like the baby, which they still do because the gap was big enough. And I think like it was scary for us, but also him being our brother was scary for other people. So it was also safe to us, if that makes sense. So we were safe and scared. They wasn't safe and scared.
Not at all. Side note, me and Shawnee are what, 6 years apart?
6 years apart.
And then me and Reese are 10 years apart. Side note, this is Chantel Cannon Williams. And then Reese is Sharice. Say it for me.
Wilts.
Wilts. Sharice Wilts.
I don't know why people say Wilson. It's Wilts.
I don't know. That's why I was about to say Wilson. So that's why I had you say it.
Wilts.
But yeah, I think that was very accurate, what Shani was saying. It was hard growing up in a military family, moving from place to place, going from country to country at a young age, growing up with your mom predominantly and wishing your dad was there more often, but then understanding like, yo, because he's not, you have to be. And it was tough because mom was working 2 jobs and I was playing all the games with you guys to entertain you and not go insane. I remember, do you remember riding on the skateboard with the little 3-wheeler, the Minnie Mouse?
Yeah.
I was probably the only 13-year-old that had to stay home and ride his sister around on a skateboard and a tricycle because I couldn't leave the porch.
But I think like also you should probably get us presents because if you weren't taking care of us at home, you could have ended up like some of these other men in trouble in the street. You could have been a baby daddy real early, jail, fights, gang affiliations. We were on TV it's all over. Dad's Boston cream pie chocolate.
I have
It's true.
too pretty of a smile to be any of those things.
That's so
I
funny.
kid. But no, I wanted to do that, and I thought of this episode today, because just thinking about how proud I am of you guys, and then two, how good our relationship now is compared to that time. And I'm glad you you guys unloaded a little bit, but didn't go into detail about.
You said be nice.
It's cool. You said what?
We hear that he loves us and he's proud of us once every 3 years, so we just used our turn. And I'm gonna cherish it. And I'm gonna record it.
That is not true. Okay, not true.
He says he loves us in different ways. He don't just say I love you or I'm proud of you. He'll say like, you're so stupid.
Or
With a smile.
I'll shoot you with a Nerf gun. Okay.
Oh, stupid. All right,
Yeah.
call me back.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about, because I remember holding a pregnant you on the couch at my duplex.
Almost 2 years ago, I met my limit.
She's re-upping on her "I love you" out loud.
That's not true, because
Appreciate it.
technically right now is another time. So
You don't want to tell us because it's just so infinite, and I know that's an overwhelming feeling in your chest. So you don't have to elaborate on it often. I understand.
Mm-hmm. And you're also a person who speaks through your actions.
true. I did knock a lot of people out.
Which is why I said they were unfair.
Listen. Growing up, and we go into the park, they'd be like, "Ooh, that's Quick, sister."
Quicks, by the way, that's my nickname from basketball.
Yeah, church and the court or the park. You
Yeah.
the white little sister.
Yeah.
Leave her alone, bro. Leave her alone.
Yeah, I beat up your uncles too.
Yeah, they know, and they still talk about it.
Yep.
I think I hit one of them with a frying pan. The other one was beating their head up against the wall.
Should we know? Should you record yourself saying that?
It's okay. It's okay. We're past that time. We've evolved into a better mind state. Okay? Yes. We're smiling. We're having fun. Everything is dope.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have any favorite memories of you and I? You're a jerk.
There are some that I cannot say.
Right?
I said favorite, dorks.
There's still one you can't say.
Like what?
I can't say it.
What is the context?
Walgreens.
Shani, you go. I have two because I don't know if I can say mine.
Okay. Go for it.
I'm not disclosing my personal Walgreens story.
You don't have to.
I am. This what happened.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
I will say one of my favorite memories of us is going to the gun range after I graduated, and also we waking up early in the morning to go get my diploma after I graduated, and then going to the basketball museum was a very prominent moment for me.
I was just looking at those pictures. That'll be dope. You had nice curly hair. Reminded me of Tina.
Oh.
Yes.
All
Is
right.
that your only one, Shashan?
That I can say right now, yes.
Yes. Okay. I think I posted mine today. Remember, Junior had one pair of Air Force Ones, and he was gonna wear them mugs. Listen,
I saw your post. That was definitely the favorite.
The check wasn't on there no more. So he had Air Force Ones, and he had this. I don't even think so. You had this N1 coat. But also remember, Mom was pissed because she got you that N1 coat after your Hornets jacket got tore up because you got chased by a dog. You had a Hornets coat.
That was an Indian's coat.
No, It had the bug on it.
No, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech.
Yeah, that might have been it. I don't know, but you had one of those, but then that one got tore. Mom was pissed because it cost a lot. So you had to get the second best thing. You got an N1 jacket. And he always had a snapback. And we had this, like his room was in the basement. So like the hot water heater was down there. Mm-hmm. And you know how like the washer would leak and you have to like direct the water to the drain?
Yes. It
would leave a puddle in the basement part, and we noticed it. And he was like, "Ooh, I could glide on this." And he would glide like Usher in the puddle in his little jacket, in his Air Force Ones, and I just thought it was so cool. And then I taught myself how to glide, and nobody thought it was cool. So whatever.
Are you old enough to remember at the apartment when he would record the Usher's music videos and then practice learning the dances? And we couldn't say nothing. We couldn't say nothing.
But I think that's probably where he got the dance from that he was doing.
100%.
Because he's gliding in the puddle.
Look, yes.
I remember vividly. My way.
You was trying to learn all the moves.
You make me wanna. You stepping out of the shoe and.
That wasn't a bad thing because Usher was cold. And then I think my other memory, the one he was talking about, where I just sat in June's lap and I was like, "Man is stupid," and I was crying, and he was like, "Yeah, they are. He's a man." It was like, and mind you, at this time, I'm 6 months pregnant, and I'm hot, I'm sweaty, like, and I'm crying, and he's just sitting there watching TV. He was like, "Well, you just let me know when you're finished," and then finally, I was like, "I'm done now."
Yeah.
I said no. It sounds like it looked like a stuffed donut. But that was a good memory because I needed that. No, like I was going through so much and like nobody would hug me. Everybody was like making sure I was okay. Like Mom was making sure I was okay. Bianca was making sure I was okay. And I think everybody was so in a rush of just making sure things were in place and okay. Like nobody stopped and gave me a hug. Not that they didn't want to. I just think they didn't assume that I needed it. I just wanted to hurry up and get out of the situation. But no, like I needed a hug, and that.
But you also don't like hugs. You don't like to be touched either.
But in that moment, like I needed that, and I think that as a sibling, he could, and as a man, like he could sense that, and that just completely broke me. And then, like from that day, I started to feel better. I was trying to eat a little more, and I was doing. Yeah, except he got me in trouble because you got in trouble, Shawnee, and I had to hang out with him, and I started saying horse nuts at school, and they called mama on me. And so, I mean, he was a bad influence sometimes. But
we all got each other in trouble. I got a whooping because you told Mom I was listening to India Arie.
And Chris Brown.
Well, church folk ain't play that.
Then I was like, well, he's listening to LL Cool J, Mom.
Which I got from your dad.
And she made him take all his Tyra Banks posters down, his Sports Illustrated. They was lined up all on the wall.
All on the wall. From one end of the house to the other.
One of them, he tried to cover up a hole he pushed in the wall, and they saw him.
I remember that.
Oh man, my other favorite is like just being here to witness like the progression of your media production talents, like going from you just being a spectacular artist as a kid, and still a spectacular artist to, going to Madison Media Institute. Yep. I loved all your projects from there. Sorry That I Got Fat.
Yes.
That's a classic. That's a classic.
Classic. Absolutely.
You should link to that if you can find it.
I got him here. I just gotta find
Kermit.
Some of that stuff I can't put because it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
What do you call it?
It's not kosher anymore.
Yeah. It's like old school comedians. You can't say certain things.
You would get canceled.
Right, and I just started. That's the bad thing. So we got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the Zoom. So we're gonna wrap this up in the next 4 minutes. But Oh, my family, so I might hear my baby crying. I just wanted to thank you guys for being who you are and tolerating my meanness and evolution until this time. I feel like I'm in a good place, and there's a lot of understanding where the flaws were. A lot of repairing of, you know, the negatives and then building on the positives. I've always loved you guys and always will. Cared about you more than you know. It's just finding out how do you show that when you weren't taught how. You were taught to be stone cold because of the lack thereof. But then I knew the importance of protecting you guys' lives with my life, my whole life. Even to the point where if it meant losing my life, I would do it. So, that being said, this is another episode of 40 Days Until 40. I am your host, Dwight Cannon Jr. Thank you for joining me and my sisters in this episode. I had fun laughing. I hope you had fun learning about my meanness to them, which wasn't that bad. They're over-exaggerating.
But we have 2 minutes left, so Sean and I would like to honor you for being you. And we are not upset with you. We love you. We hold nothing against you. We have grown to understand that we're all humans, and we have to see you past brother as human. And we honor you for protecting yourself, because a lot of the way you were was just a defense mechanism. And I would have preferred you protect yourself than to just hand yourself out and your heart out all willy-nilly and give us the broken remains. You gave us the whole and full you. Yeah. No matter how flawed it was whole and full, and that's the best we could ask for.
Indeed. Indeed.
It's true. I can't say anything better. Like, I love you as a brother, and I'm so grateful that the Lord gave the randomness of us being siblings, because in real life we wouldn't be friends if we weren't siblings.
I would be your friend because I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm not cool. It's just I have a nice smile. That's about it.
That's
see all this?
Thanks, Mom.
Right. Shout out to Pat Cannon.
Gotcha. Minute 43 left. Guys, any last words? If not,
we love you.
Well, I love you too.
I pray a blessing over year 40. I pray good health, prosperity. I pray protection, safety. I pray for spiritual elevation, physical elevation. I pray that whatever this is, God gave it to you for a reason. This is a seed, and I pray that it lands in the garden of somebody's heart and flourishes so far beyond what you will even live to see. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
That being said, I ain't got to pray us out. Thank you guys for joining us. I'll see you on the next episode of 40 Days Until 40.